If you're over 40 and you want to start a YouTube channel, this is the video that you need to watch first. I'm going to walk you through exactly how to get started. No complicated tech, no guesswork, just the steps that actually get results. Let's go. All right, let's get going here. Step-by-step guide for starting a YouTube channel if you're over 40. Now, step one, and this is really important, they're all important, but you first have to define your purpose and your niche. The first thing you need to do before you buy anything, before you film anything, is to get crystal clear on why you're starting a channel and what it's going to be about. Now, most people skip this step. They just jump right into buying the equipment, setting up the studio, or they start copying what they see younger creators doing. And that's usually where things fall apart. So I want you to just slow down for a second and ask yourself, why am I doing this? Is it to earn extra income? Is it because you're passionate about something and you want to share it? Or is it to support an existing business or service you already offer? Or I'm going to add this one. Is it about leaving a legacy, right? For me, it's a little bit of everything. And there's no wrong answer here, but knowing your why will make every decision after this a lot easier. It's going to shape the kind of content you make. It's going to shape how often you post and how you talk to your audience. Now, the second part of this step is figuring out your niche topic, okay? And here's the best advice I can give you on this. Don't try to figure out what's popular. Figure out what you already know. So think about it this way. What do your friends and family ask you about? What problems have you solved in your life that other people are still struggling with? What have you spent the last 10, 20, 30 plus years doing? That life experience that you have, that is your advantage on YouTube, okay? Let me say that again. The life experiences that you have, the work experiences that you have, if you're over 40, that is your superpower. That is your advantage on YouTube. Younger creators, they cannot compete with that because you have actually lived it and you know it. You've experienced it. And there are people out there right now searching for exactly what you know. Okay, there are tons of people out there looking for this. So pick a topic you can talk about naturally and consistently. That is your niche. I like to tell people if you can see yourself still excited about this topic, now it doesn't have to be your life's work, your ultimate passion, but it does have to be something you're interested in. If you can see yourself talking about this 5 years from now, 10 years from now, then you're golden. You found your niche, you found your topic. Now, step two, let's talk about equipment. And hopefully this is going to take a big weight off of a lot of people's shoulders. This is not important, people. It is not important, especially when you're just getting started. And I need you to hear me on this because this is where a lot of people overcomplicate things before they even get started. This is one of the biggest things keeping people from just pressing record and uploading videos. It's crazy. You do not, I repeat, you do not need fancy equipment to start a YouTube channel. You just need your phone. And I'm being dead serious. That's it. The phone that you have in your pocket right now is good enough. That's enough to get started. Especially with the newer smartphones, the video is like cinema quality. It's absolutely crazy. They're actually better than a lot of the professional digital cameras that you see YouTubers that they were using years ago, but even some of the cameras now, okay, they're equal if not better. It's crazy. And this is important. Now, here's the one thing I do want you to invest in. And this is going to surprise you, but I want you to, if you're going to invest in anything, focus on your audio before your video, because people will watch a video that has not the best lighting, it's not the best camera, but it has great audio. But if they go to watch a video, they don't care how much that camera costs, how cool your setting and your backdrop and your lighting is. If the audio stinks and they can't hear you, guess what? They are going to click off. Okay. Not a better ring light, people, not a better camera, audio. And there are tons of great affordable options for microphones on Amazon. You can find some really, really good wireless mics that plug right into your phone. Okay. And I think I just said this, but people will forgive average video quality all day long. But if your audio is bad, if they can't hear you clearly, if there's a lot of echo or background noise, guess what? They're gone. Okay. So if you're going to spend anything, get a simple clip-on microphone or USB microphone, and you can find some really good ones for $30 to $50 that will make a huge difference. And let me pull this one up here for you guys. This is the one that I am using right now. It's called a Holly Lark. I believe that's how you spell it. So Holly Lark, and I got mine on Amazon. And I want to say it was around the $40, $50 range. And that's what I use for all my vlogs. It plugs right into my phone and it clips onto my collar. It's really, really good. So check that one out. And then everything else, the lighting, the background, camera upgrades, that stuff can come later. Trust me, it can come later. Start simple, start with what you have. Your goal right now is to get videos up. That is it. Put the videos up and keep making more videos. And then everything else is going to start to kind of work itself out. The reason most people over 40 struggle on YouTube has absolutely nothing to do with the gear, like we just said. The reason most people over 40 struggle on YouTube has nothing to do with the gear, people. Okay, it's not about the camera you use, the audio you use, or even how much they know. It's because they're trying to build a channel using methods designed for a completely different type of creator. Younger creators with different audiences, different content, and a completely different starting point. And that's exactly why I developed the Wisdom Content Blueprint. This is the exact system that I've been using for the past 9 years. I started my channel when I was 45 years old, so do the math. I'm getting up there. And it's the same system that I teach to all of my students over 40. And it's how I'm helping them and working with them to build YouTube channels around the skills and the life experience that they've already spent years learning. And it's without getting buried in all the tech stuff. And it's without trying to keep up with all the trends that have absolutely nothing to do with them. Right. And it's that, what do they say? It's that shiny object syndrome. We see something over here, so we do that, or we see something over here. It never works. Trust me. The Wisdom Content Blueprint, it takes what you already know and turns it into content that connects with the right audience. And this isn't a generic approach. It is built specifically for where you are right now, and it changes everything about how you show up on YouTube. Now, I work with a small group of people every couple months. And I'll be straight with you, I do churn people away because not everybody's the right fit. I'm looking for people who are absolutely serious, dedicated. They want to do this. They want to grow a YouTube channel, and they're willing to put in the effort to do it the right way. So if you're interested, if that sounds like you, I'll put a link below this video in the description and in the pinned comment. Click on that link now to learn more and schedule your call. And step number 3 is establish a system. Now, this is the one that most people don't talk about enough, and it might be the most important one on the list. You need a system, people. You need a plan, because here's what happens without one. You start with a lot of energy. You're all excited. You film a few videos, then life gets busy. You miss a week, then you miss another week. And before you know it, the channel just stops. That's not a motivational problem. That's a system problem. There was a thread on Reddit a while back. I'll see if I can put the link in here somewhere in the description, where a creator shared exactly how they beat burnout by batching their work. And the idea is actually pretty simple. So don't try to script, film, and edit all in the same day. Instead, you want to dedicate separate days to each part of this process. So maybe Mondays you brainstorm, you do all your research, and you outline your ideas. Tuesday or Wednesday is when you actually record the videos, and you want to batch the videos. Don't record just one, record 2, 3, or more. Okay. And then you can set aside another block of time for doing the editing, or even better, you can find someone to edit the videos for you, because this right here probably takes up more time than anything else. I've got it down to a science now where I could get 3 videos done in an hour. Okay, as long as everything's ready, they're scripted, they're ready to go, I can sit down in my studio, or I can set up my camera in my kitchen if I'm doing a vlog, and I can crank out 3 videos in an hour. And then I can send those to my editor, and the editor does it. And that saves me a bunch of time, okay? Now, when you separate those tasks, it takes so much pressure. So not just time, but pressure off each day. And this is how you're able to get a YouTube channel that you can work on just a few hours a week. I spend around 10 hours per week on my channel. And I've been doing that for probably the past 6 years. First couple of years was a little rocky, but once I learned how to do this, I created a system. I've now got it down to a science where I can do this about 10 hours a week. And if I want to take a week off, I've even taken as much as a month off, I can do it because I'm prepared. I have a system. And you're not trying to be creative, technical, and on camera all at once. Each day is going to have its own job. And trust me, this takes a huge weight off your shoulders. It reduces serious stress. It makes the whole process a lot easier, and it makes it a lot more fun. Okay. And then if you are going to edit your own videos, just keep it simple. One of the best tools that I like right now, and you can use the free version, is called CapCut. Maybe you've seen it before. So you can check that out. And there's some great tutorials on how to edit your videos, real simple there. And these tools, like I said, these are designed for regular people. This is not film school stuff, no fancy graphics and stuff. If you can press the space bar and copy and paste, you can learn how to edit. And again, find something user-friendly. Check out CapCut. That'll work just fine. And then start creating your system. One that works around your life. If it's mornings, afternoons, what particular days are. And once you've done this for a few weeks, it's going to get a little bit easier each time. Okay. And you're going to slowly start to figure your system out, what works best for you. And the key is, once you figure this out and you can learn to batch your videos. So if you could batch 3 videos in one day, maybe you set aside 2 days a week where you just batch videos, where that's 6 videos. I do 3 videos a week. So right there, that's 2 weeks worth of videos. Okay. You could literally take the next 2 weeks off. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can do that. All right. So let's talk about creating our first 10 to 20 videos. This is step 4. And this one requires a bit of a mindset shift. Your first videos, okay, this might surprise some people. They're not supposed to be good. So do not sweat it. They are not supposed to be good. They're definitely not supposed to be perfect. And I know that might sound weird coming from someone telling you how to build a YouTube channel, but believe me when I say this, okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. Progress, not perfection. You probably have all heard that before. So remember, your first 10, 20 videos are just practice. And this takes a big weight off of your shoulders, okay? Especially if you're new to talking on camera, those first 10, 20 videos, you're going to start to get into your groove, okay? It's going to take you a while, and you're going to start to kind of get your camera voice, although your camera voice should just be your regular voice. I'm not telling anybody to be something different, but you're going to start to kind of get into a rhythm. And like I said before, things are going to get a little bit easier. Now, trust me, I've been doing this 9 years. It's never going to be perfect. Never, ever, ever. And that's okay. All right. And raw, real, authentic wins every single time anyways. All right. There, how you figure out, like I just said, it's going to be how you figure out your camera presence. You just got to start doing it. It's going to show you more of how to structure your content. Okay. So if you are scripting videos or doing outlines, it's going to give you a good idea of the timing and stuff you need to do this. It's also going to help you uncover different video ideas, how to talk to your audience. And again, none of that comes natural. Okay. So here's what I want you to focus on with these first videos. Just get comfortable. All right. Get comfortable hitting record and uploading the videos. It sounds so easy, but I'm telling you, that is the hardest thing for people. I've worked with people before in my coaching program, and they haven't even recorded videos in the first 4 months. And I'm like, why haven't you recorded? Like, well, I'm waiting for my camera, or I need to paint my office, or I need this. I'm like, no, you don't. Go sit in your car, record a video, and upload it. Because once you upload that first video, it's like, I can do this. And you're going to create more videos and more videos and more videos. And you need to get comfortable hearing your own voice played back to you. It's a little weird at first. And get comfortable making mistakes and putting up videos anyway. You're going to make mistakes. If you're still doing this 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you're still going to make mistakes, okay? Because the improvement happens through making the videos, not by waiting until you feel ready and everything is perfect, because you're never going to feel ready. And you just have to start. Go back and watch those early videos. Not to cringe at yourself though, but that will happen, but to actually see what's working and what isn't. Every video is a lesson. Okay. Every video is going to make you stronger on camera. It's going to help you connect more with your audience. It's just going to help you grow overall. And the creators who build real channels are the ones who treated their first 20 videos as a learning experience and kept going anyway. All right. Just start. Don't worry about starting perfect. So give yourself permission to be a beginner. All right. Because it's not going to last long. All right. If you keep pumping out videos, you're just going to get better and better. Step 5, optimizing. Okay. And this is where most people leave a lot of views on the table. And it comes down to 3 things working together. That's your thumbnail, your title, and your intro. Now, most creators, all right, they treat these as 3 separate things. Okay, well, I'm going to go make my thumbnail and, I got to come up with a title. And what should I say in the beginning? It's like they all go together and you should be doing them together. Okay. They're one continuous conversation with your viewer. Let me say that again. They are one continuous conversation with your viewer. They are your packaging of your product, and it's important, and they all work together. And YouTube, they're going to reward you for it. So let's break it down. First, your thumbnail. This thumbnail, that's the very first thing someone sees. Its only job is to create enough curiosity that they stop scrolling and read your title. That's it. It doesn't need to explain everything. In fact, you want to keep it short and sweet. No more than 3 words, 4 words tops. And keep it simple. Everybody's using AI and all this crazy stuff. Stay away from it. A real picture of yourself with some simple text is enough to get you started. All right. It just needs to make them wonder. And a strong thumbnail pulls their eye in and then makes them want to know more. A strong thumbnail pulls their eye in and makes them want to know more. Okay. Number 2, second is your title. Once the thumbnail does its job, now, guess what? They're going to go read your title. You created that curiosity. Now they want to go check out the title. Now you need to tell them exactly what that video is about. Now, it doesn't need to be word for word. There's still a little bit of curiosity that you can play with in the title. But for the most part, this is what the video is about. I'm going to teach you how to this. My 5 steps for this, kind of like in my video. Over 40, here's how to start a YouTube channel step by step. All right. Clear, simple, and searchable. So the keywords. What are the keywords? In my title, my keywords are over 40 and YouTube and channel or start a channel. All right. These are not only are they searchable keywords, but these are keywords that I hope get me on the browse. Okay. On people's homepage. And this is where your keywords live. You want to have these keywords in your title, and preferably you want your keywords as close to the front as possible of your title. Okay. And the same thing with the title, like the thumbnail, keep your title short and sweet and to the point. So think about what your viewer would actually type into the YouTube search bar and make sure those words are in your title. The title is what gets you found. Don't be clever when you can be clear. And when you go to YouTube, let me show you a quick example here. So this is my channel. Let's say I'm typing in YouTube over 50. This is the keyword that I typed in. Now YouTube is going to start showing me all these different results. 3 tips for starting a YouTube channel over 50. Starting YouTube at 50. Starting a YouTube channel. These steps will make you stand out. It is telling me what people are searching for. So the keyword YouTube and over 50, there's all different variations of that in here. So also when you type in your keyword into YouTube, so let's just say the general keyword is YouTube, YouTube is going to start showing me YouTube TV, YouTube Studio Setup, YouTube is over, YouTube is dying, YouTube movies. It is giving me all the keywords that people are looking for. Okay, let's try something else. Protein. I just started taking protein powder. Thought it was a good time to start at 54. So protein powder. Look, protein powder for weight loss, protein powder ice cream, protein powder recipes. These are all keywords that people are searching for. These need to be in your title. And these are also video ideas. Every single one of these is a video idea. Not only that, protein powder, you could have 100 different videos under that keyword. You could have 100 different videos under protein powder for weight loss. So you can expand off of each of these keywords. It's crazy. Whenever people tell me, oh, I can't come up with enough ideas, they're doing it wrong, because there are endless ideas on YouTube. All right, let's get back on track. So think about what your viewer would actually type into YouTube search bar and make sure those words are in your title. The title is what gets you found. Don't be clever, be clear. All right, let me say that again. Don't be clever, be clear. Third, your intro. And here's the part most people completely miss. Within the first 30 seconds of your video, you need to say the keywords from your title out loud. Not because it sounds good, because YouTube is listening. YouTube is getting smarter every single day. AI is, as we all know, is just crazy smart. And it knows right away what your video is about, because it's reading these keywords. The YouTube algorithm reads the transcript of your video, and when it hears the same keywords that are in your title, it confirms that your video is actually about what you said it was about. And that tells YouTube to keep showing it to more people. So if your title is how to start a YouTube channel over 40, your intro needs to say something like, if you're over 40 and you want to start a YouTube channel, and so forth. So you're not just repeating the exact title. You're doing a variation of it. Similar to what you guys heard when I started. I didn't repeat the exact title. I did a variation of it, right? If you're somebody who's over 40 and you've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel, all right? So I covered over 40, I covered YouTube channel, and then I covered the word start, because this is a big one. How to start a YouTube channel. All right. So you're not just repeating yourself, you're speaking the same language as the algorithm. Thumbnail creates curiosity. Title tells them what's it about. Intro locks it in with the algorithm. All three working together is what gets your video in front of the right people. And if you want a system, right, that shows you how to do all this, the titles, the thumbnails, the strategy that's built specifically for people over 40, that's what I've done with the Wisdom Content Blueprint. I'll put a link below in the description and in the pinned comment. So click now and schedule your call. Step 6. Consistency is key. And I put these rocket ship emojis here, not because they look cool, but because I want to draw attention to this. Because everything else we've talked about, the tech, the ideas, the thumbnails, this and that, yes, you need all that stuff. But it's the mental game really trips people up on YouTube. You have to stay consistent. Above all, consistency, consistency, consistency. And I want to be really specific about what consistency means, because I think a lot of people get this wrong. Consistency does not mean posting every single day. It does not mean burning yourself out, trying to keep up with creators who are doing this full time with a team of editors. Consistency means showing up on a schedule you can actually keep. For most people starting out, one video per week is the sweet spot. It gives you enough time to plan and produce quality content without making YouTube feel like a second job. Okay? That is, I wouldn't do any less than that. I wouldn't do one a month. You have to do at least once a week. Okay. Now I recommend 3 if you can do it. 2, great. But 1 is the absolute lowest amount you want to do. And the reason is if you're doing 1 a week, that's 4 videos a month. Well, you're only sending 4 videos a month to YouTube to learn more about your channel. But imagine if you do 2 videos, now you've doubled that. Now you've sent 8 videos to YouTube every month. That's more data to give them, more people they can send it out to, and it's going to be quicker for them to learn what your channel is about. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And then here's the truth, guys, about channels that grow. They are not always the one posting the most. They are the ones posting every single week, whatever their schedule is. They're the ones that are reliable. When your audience knows a new video is coming every Tuesday and Wednesday, Tuesday and Thursday, they count on it. They come back. And YouTube's algorithm rewards channels that keep people coming back. They want people on the platform. And then give yourself a realistic runway. Don't set yourself up for failure. YouTube is not overnight, Most successful channels took 1 to 2 years of consistent effort. It took me 2 years, guys, before things really started to click. I think it was close to 50, 60, if not more videos before I really started to see things take off on my channel. But when they do, when the right video lands, and it will, and the right audience finds you, it's worth everything you've put into it. You can follow every single one of these steps and still struggle to get views. And that's because there's one more piece to this puzzle that most people overlook completely. Now, all those steps, I gave you all the tools, everything you need, but where a lot of people struggle is with the views. And I made a video, I'll pop it up here somewhere, that breaks down the #1 YouTube strategy that I've been using for 9 years to get more views. And I'm not talking about generic advice you've already heard. I'm not talking about buying software or tricks or gadgets or AI. I'm talking about the exact approach I use on my own channel and countless others do. And I lay it out step by step so you can take it and you can run with it. So definitely watch that. And if you're serious about actually growing your channel and not just posting into the void, that video is the next one that you need to watch. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.